Okay, so let's solve the group anagrams problem on LeetCode. In this question, we're given an array of strings called stars, and we have to group the anagrams together. The definition of an anagram is a word or phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase, using all the original letters exactly once. And we can return the answer in any order. But what that looks like is, if we take a look at example 1, we have input stars, which contains the words eat, tea, tan, ate, nat, and bat. In this example, eat, tea, and ate are anagrams because we can rearrange any one of these words to obtain any one of these words. So if I rearrange eat, I could get tea, I could get ate. If I rearrange tea, I could get eat or ate. And if I rearrange ate, I could get eat and tea. The same concept applies for tan and nat. However, given this input stars, if I rearrange bat, none of the words here could be rearranged to. I can't rearrange the letters in bat to get any other word. So bat in this case is just by itself. And the output, what it's going to look like is bat. Oh, so we have to return a list of list strings. And what that looks like is we have this huge list, right? And within it we have sublists. So this is a sublist. These two are sublists of its own. And these are in a sublist of its own. And if you notice, bat is in a list of its own because it doesn't share any other word, which could be an anagram. And then nat and tan are in a sublist of their own together, because if I rearrange nat, I could get tan. And ate, eat, and tea are finally in a sublist of their own as well. So the way we're going to solve this is we're going to create a tree map that stores in its key a string and its value a list of strings. And we just called it map. Now the idea is that I want to store. So what I want to do is I want to loop through this array. I want to go through every word. I want to break down this word into its characters and store them into an array. I want to sort that array. Then with our sorted array of characters for each word, I want to form those characters into a string. And then I want to put in our map that string which we just created with the word which we're looping through. So why am I sorting the character? So we're on eat, for example, right? I said I want to turn eat into. I want to break it down into its characters, so E, A, and T, and store it into a character array. So now we have a character array which stores the letters E, A, and T. Then I want to sort this character array. So after I sort it, we're going to get A, E, T. Then we're going to add this key, A, E, T, into our map. And its list of string is going to be the word itself. So we're going to add into our tree map that key, the rearranged word in alphabetical order. And we're going to add to its list the word itself. So we're going to add eat. Now, as we loop through the array, if I hit another word that's an anagram, for example, eat and tea, after I break down T into characters and then sort it out, what am I going to get? Again, I'm going to get AET. But AET already exists in the map, so I'm not going to add it as another key. It's already there. All I'm going to do is add the word itself to the list of strings. So now what our tree map would contain is AET, since we already added it here. And we added eat to that list of strings for that key. And now we also added T to the list of strings. So now our map would have AET as a string, and our list of strings would contain eat and T. And eventually when we get to 8, again, once we rearrange it, we're going to get AET, but that already exists. So all we're going to do is add the word 8 into our list of strings for that key. So in the end, we're going to get AET, and then our list of strings is going to be eat, T, and 8. And we're going to do the same for tan and nat, but when we get to tan, obviously once we rearrange it, we're going to get A and T. And so we're going to have in our tree map another string called A and T, and its value is going to be tan and nat. So let's go ahead and start coding and see what that looks like. So like I said, we're gonna iterate through every word in the string, in the array of strings that they gave us. So for every word in our stars array, what do we want to do? We want to create a character array. Let's call it word or characters, which is equal to word dot to char array. So what happened here? We created a array of characters, and we took the word in stars because we're looping through every string word in stars. So we begin with eat. We turn this word into a character array through this method. Now each character in word is stored in this character array. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use arrays.sort, which is built in Java. When we input an array of characters, it's going to sort it automatically in alphabetical order from A to Z. If we put arrays.sort an integer array, it's going to sort from 1 to 9, or from the lowest number to the highest number. Okay, so after that, now that we have our character array of characters for the word we're on, and we sorted them, we're gonna form a new string from that word, and this is how we do it. We're gonna create a new string equals sorted, call it sorted, and we're going to input our sorted array of characters in it. Now we have a new string called sorted, so we have a new word, which is the sorted characters of the word we're on. Now we're gonna put if absent this word. So if after we're looping through each word in the stars array, the first thing we do is we put the characters of this word into an array of characters called characters. We're sorting that character array in alphabetical order. We created a new string called sorted, so we're returning the characters into one word, one string. Now what we're doing is, if this new string that we just created, if this string doesn't already exist in the map, then add it and give it a new array list, since we're sorting a list of strings. And then what we want to do is we want to map dot get the key sorted, get the key which is sorted, and add to the array list that we gave it the word itself that we're on. And then in the end, we just want to return a new array list. And what are we gonna put in that array list? Obviously we need the map values of our tree map, which we called map. We want our list of strings that we just worked on getting. So we're gonna return new array list, and we're gonna put map.values. Okay, so let's go through it. First, we created a tree map called map, which has a key as its string, a string as its key, and a list of string as its. I think there's a mistake here. Yep, list and a list of strings as its value. Then we're iterating through every word in our stars array. So for string word in stars, we begin with eat. So for eat in stars, we create a new character array called characters, which stores the characters of eat within this character array. We're sorting eat. So initially it was EAT. Now after we use the sort, it's going to be AET. Then we're forming a string from that character array, from that sorted character array. So we had AET individually. Now we have a string called AET, I guess 8 or AET, however you want to pronounce it. Then we're putting in that map the sorted word that we just created, and we're giving it a new array list because it doesn't already exist in our map. So in our first iteration, AET doesn't exist in our map. Our map is empty. So put it if it's absent and give it a new array list, an empty array list, because we want to store a list of list strings. Then we're getting that key, our sorted key, and we're adding to it the word itself which we're on, which is eat. So we're gonna have a map with, in our first iteration, we have a map which its key, its only key currently is AET, and its list of string is eat. Okay. Then our next word is t. So for every string word in stars, we're done with eat. We go to the next word, which is t. We broke it down into a character array. We sorted it. We created a new string with the characters sorted. So again, it's going to be AET. But map.put if absent, right? So sorted, is it absent? No, because we created it before in our first iteration, AET. It's already a word that exists. So we're going to skip this line of code because it only puts it if it's absent. And we're just going to get our sorted key. So we're going to get AET and add to it, into our list of strings, the word that we're on, which is t. So now our map is going to look like this. And then so on and so forth. Once we get to 8, same thing. We're going to break it down, sort it. And then because our sorted string already exists for that word, AET, we're just going to add its value, or the word itself. So this is what it's going to look like. And then that's it for that anagram. At 10, obviously we get to 10 before we get to 8, but I just wanted to show the final result of what it's going to look like. For 10, it's going to look like this, right? We break 10 down and we sort it, its characters. We're going to get A and T. A and T doesn't exist currently in the map. Only thing that exists is AET. So we're going to add, we're going to put AET in our map and give it a new array list, which is empty. And then we want to start filling that array list. So we're going to get our key for ant, and we're going to add to it into its list of strings tan, the word itself. And eventually when we get to nat, we're going to add it too. And then bat is going to also be on its own. So we might get ABT, and then its list of strings is just bat. Now the final thing we need to do is we need to return a new array list of map values. What does map.values do? It goes to our map and it retrieves the value of the value. So because maps are a key value pair, we just want to get this. We're retrieving the values, not the keys. So that's what map.values does. And since we want to return a list of list integers, we're creating a new array list that stores strings. We're creating a new array list, and we're storing the list of strings because map.values gives us a list of strings back. And yeah, let's submit it and see if it works. Okay, perfect. So that's how I would solve it. I hope you found that video helpful, and thanks for watching.